Shalom, giving all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Wachakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone at Royal and Shalom. To all you Akim that are pushing this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. I am the brother Caleb from the GMS London Forecasters Camp, coming at you again with another lesson to help edify the Lord's elect. I like to start as always by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites. The real Israelites, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, West Africans predominantly. However, you are going to find Israelites that do look like the other nations, because we as a people have been scattered amongst all people throughout our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like. Because the book of Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. And again, just to emphasize, the names that we give reverence unto are Yahweh, which is the one true name of the God of the Bible. His name is Yahweh, which his name means he is or he exists. He is the Ancient of Days. And his son's name, who the one ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, whose name means he saves or he delivers. Okay? So, just doing a quick lesson here. When I was on my way to camp yesterday, I was moving through central London on my journey, and I was walking along and I noticed that there's a number of shops that had been closed down, and they're I guess you could say they're renovating this little area, and a lot of these shops were boarded up, and on the shops I observed that there was some graffiti, as you can see here. So someone's come along and they've tagged some of these boards that are covering the buildings. Now, what I found interesting is that this person's signature seems to conclude, I say signature, really it's his graffiti tag, seems to conclude with the 5-pointed star, which is the pentagram, and the pentagram is inverted. And for those of you who have been in this truth for some time, you will know that the 5-pointed star or the inverted pentagram is actually the symbol for, Baphomet, which is one of the demons that Esau gives reverence unto. That's why you see a lot of celebrities, they'll have 5-pointed stars tattooed on their neck or on their hand somewhere, or somewhere on their body, because they're showing their affiliation, because Esau worships the spiritual demon Satan on the left hand side. So I just found this very interesting, because this wasn't the only building that was tagged. There's quite a few of them, and I saw it and I thought, you know what, man, let me just snap a photo of that, and maybe I can do a lesson on that, because perhaps it will be edifying. So I took this photograph, and as soon as I took it, I turned around to continue my journey. And what did I see as I turned around? I turned around and I saw her standing next to a Pret. Now, Pret a Manger is a shop. I believe Pret a Manger means ready to eat in French, but I believe it's actually owned by McDonald's, which a lot of people don't actually know that. I think Pret a Manger is owned by McDonald's, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves me correctly. But they have the symbol of the star in their marketing. As you can see, you've got the coffee cup here. Again, it's the pentagram, but rather than it being inverted, it's the opposite way around. And they'll say, oh, it's just a star. Well, stars don't actually look like 5-pointed pentagrams. They don't look like that. It's iconography. It's a symbol. Just like, for example, if you look at the symbol for a heart, let me just don't know if it will come up. So, yeah, the symbol for a heart in our society is this little shape, which looks like a spade upside down. When I say a spade, I'm talking about, the when you play cards, you've got the four suits, hearts, diamonds, spades and clubs. So these look like upside down spades. And even on the card itself, if you look at a heart playing card, you'll see this shape and symbol. But real hearts don't actually look like this. This is a symbol which has been used to illustrate in an icon, dare I say that word, a heart. But a real heart looks more like this, with its ventricles and everything else. But this is the simplified version of it. Likewise, going back to what I was showing a minute ago, a star doesn't really look like that, but they'll call it a star. You know, when you're a child, you go to school and they'll teach you to draw stars this way or whatever, but really it's a pentagram. And really, when you invert that, you get the symbol of was it the ram head or the goat's headed demon Baphomet? Which let me get it since I'm talking about it. Yeah, this is what they gave reverence unto Baphomet, this demon. As you can see, it's got the pentagram on its head and it's right side up. But this is like the one of the demons that Esau gives reference to, and it has the genitalia of a woman and also the genitalia of a man. So, and it's, you know, turning things that are right side up, upside down, basically inverting everything that's good and making evil good and good evil. Essentially, that's why Esau promotes a lot of this transgender, transhumanism shit. Here you can see it right here, because this is the demon, one of the top demons that they give reverence unto. As you can see, you've got the 5-pointed pentagram on the top of its head, and above you've got the inverted pentagram above its head. Right now, these symbols is what I saw when I was out yesterday. See, I was facing this way. I took this photograph. I thought, hey man, obviously that's some satanic shit. This person's putting this pentagram at the end of all his tags. Then I turned around and literally saw this right in front of me. I thought, hang on a minute, we're surrounded by satanic witchcraft on every side. I literally, like, if you can see, I don't know if you can see the reflection, but I literally, as soon as I turned around, this is what I was confronted with. So I'm saying that to say that the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. Let me get that. Bear with me, I'm just pulling the precept here. Psalms 12 and verse 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. So the vilest of people are being exalted, being the Edomites, which are predominantly the so-called white people on the face of the earth today. They are the wicked, and they walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. So they are the vilest men pertaining to Job 30 and verse 8. Let's prove that. Scriptures say to prove all things. So Job 30 and verse 8. This isn't me getting in my feelings and talking about my emotions. I'm just pulling out the scriptures. Now, and that Job 30 from verse 1 going down to verse 8. Now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men, they cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, and under the nettles they were gathered together. They were the children of fools, yea, children of base men, and they were viler than the earth. So these Edomites are considered as being viler than the earth. And what did I just read in Psalms 12 and 8? Let's go back to it. It says, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. So the reason why I'm bringing that out is because when I was there yesterday, on every side I was seeing this satanic wickedness. I'm like, wow, man, this is the level that shit's got to. See, if you're awake, you know that this world is what do you say? This world is wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Is that Job? You cover it. Job 9 and 24. Let me get that. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges. thereof? If not, where and who is he? So these Edomites, they've covered the face of the judges, and they are indeed the wicked. And that was proven when I was walking through central London yesterday, because I was seeing all of these, all this satanic imagery being exalted and being uplifted and being pushed on the people. But most people don't have a clue of what they're looking at or what they're actually seeing. So Esau can hide these things in plain sight right around you while he's working his witchcraft, and having these secret councils and promoting all this wickedness on the face of the earth. So when you actually stop and think about what's going on around you, it's not hard to see why the people are so bugged out, because the magnitude of the spiritual wickedness that we're surrounded by day is just increasing and increasing more and more, to the point where if you're not covered by the hedge of protection from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you too might be deceived and fall into the witchcraft. But the scriptures do say there is no enchantment against the elect. No enchantment against. Let me get it. If it were possible, let me rephrase that. If it were possible, they would deceive the elect. Matthew 24:24. This says, for there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible for the elect to be deceived. So if you're of the elect, you're always going to be able to see through the wickedness in order to see the deceptions and the illusions and not be seduced by these things. Whereas the rest of the world, they're following after this and they don't even realize. So a lot of these people are straight up Satanists, but they've got no idea. And look at this, right? On this particular statue, what have they got? They've got these children looking up to Baphomet. So that's what Esau wants. In these, public fool systems, they're teaching the children basically to become little Satanists. It's essentially what they're doing, So you've got to be mindful, man, because our adversary, the devil, goeth about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So you've got to be spiritually strong in your mind, not to be seduced, and to actually be able to navigate through the wickedness which we are surrounded by on every side. So hopefully that's been a quick little hit, edifying little lesson. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachachodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of great millstone that rule well. Sincere shalom to all you Akim that are teaching this word around the globe with faith and truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next one. Shalom for now. Wa ba ba ba. Welcome Yeshua. Shalom.